As we've been highlighting quite often here on Washington Watch, the majority of abortions today, as you well know, are done through the abortion drug mifepristone. And the dangers of this drug, obviously, that it poses to the unborn, but also to the mother. These dangers are well documented, but in spite of those flashing warning lights, the Food and Drug Administration slowly dismantled these safeguards over the years to the point where these drugs can now be mailed to your door with no in-person doctor's visits involved whatsoever. Well, with the second Trump administration now firmly in charge, a group of 22 state attorneys general have signed a letter calling on the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., to re-examine the FDA's approval of the abortion drug. And one of those state attorney generals joins me now to share more. South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley, welcome to Washington Watch. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
So why did you feel it was so important to sign on to this letter?
I think I and some of the other attorney generals felt it was about the safety of a pregnant woman. It was concerns how both under President Obama back in 2016 and then now Biden on his way out put in place reduced restrictions and protections when it came to this drug. We felt we needed to be a strong voice. We're responsible for enforcing our laws across our states. Here in South Dakota, it can be a felony if it's not appropriately administered. And so we just felt now was the appropriate time that somebody would be listening and we could make a difference.
Yes, I mean, we all know these abortion drugs killed the unborn baby. Tragically, horribly so. But as you just brought up, it also is very harmful to women. Shouldn't that concern everyone? I mean, what is the holdup? Why is this so easily made available to people?
It certainly concerned the Attorney General community. We felt that some of the statistics show that there are adverse health effects in over 10% of the cases that this drug is administered. So we feel that there needs to be more clinical studies, that there needs to be more protections in place. We did not support removing those protections by either President Obama or President Biden, and we just feel now is the time. That's why we wrote to Secretary Kennedy to have another look at this drug, how it's being administered, the need to put in some protections, including physician visits, better record keeping. Under the prior administration, they were only record keeping if there was a death. Obviously, there can be more adverse health consequences, and we just feel now is the time. We have an administration that's listening, and we can make a difference.
So what do you make of these blue states right now, all the shield laws where they're trying to protect the doctors and all those involved in mailing mifepristone into states like yours? What's your take on what they are attempting to do?
I think this is about the health of the mother. I think when you reduce those standards and you begin mailing drugs to another state, I certainly don't support that as Attorney General. I've been fortunate early on when the Dobbs case decision came down, I wrote to and did releases to various pharmacies that were distributing the drug, asking them to stop, pointing out that it would be illegal under South Dakota law, and they complied. And so it's certainly a concern when a blue state or other states are mailing these illegal drugs to our state. It makes challenges, not just for enforcement, but it puts at issue the health and safety of a pregnant mother.
Well, and there's laws. I mean, you have some pro-life laws on the books there. How does these other states mailing it in? I mean, it's a conflict of laws. That's got to be an extremely complicated issue on multiple fronts.
It is. Certainly, we are respectful of other states' laws, but I take the position as Attorney General that it's a felony in South Dakota to distribute illegal drugs. Under our laws, you're not able to do that, which is why when I wrote to and did the release to the pharmacies in South Dakota, they graciously complied. We haven't had any issues. But again, if it's my position as Attorney General that if an entity or a business is sending illegal drugs into our state, we would do enforcement action.
Well, and that's where all this comes down to. I mean, it's a state trampling the laws of another state, and that is where this whole issue comes in. For example, the Trump administration has often said that the life issue belongs to be left up to the states. But what is happening there in South Dakota and other states is illustrating the need for the federal government to speak into this. In fact, they're going to have to speak into this, don't you think?
I do, and that's why the attorney generals, the 22 of us, wrote to Secretary Kennedy and asking him to take a look at the dangerousness of this drug, to look at the additional studies that are out there, to put in the reasonable protections that were in place before, the 10-week gestational period, the 3 physician visits, the follow-up. Those are all designed to protect the health of the pregnant woman. And we felt those are important. You know, when you look at distributing the drugs from other states, I mean, we've had that experience in South Dakota where when Colorado legalized marijuana, we took the position that's their decision, but you can't bring those drugs into our state.
Do you anticipate hearing back from Secretary Kennedy?
We do. One thing that I can say as an attorney general, this Trump administration has been very responsive. When we write to the administration, whether it's a Halt Fentanyl Act, whether it's this, they're very responsive. They ask for our input. At times, they will call some of the attorney generals in and ask us further details. So we fully expect they will take a serious look at this, and hopefully we'll bring some changes that'll bring back better public health and safety.
Thank you so much, Attorney General Marty Jackley of South Dakota. Great work, and we appreciate you coming on the show.